Hello, I welcome you to this video today, and today we'll be talking about how to relocate to Estonia from Nigeria. So, if you're in Nigeria and you're thinking of relocating, either you want to go abroad to study or you just want to change country of residence, you want to explore the world, you're looking for another country you want to go. I believe Estonia is a country you might want to consider. And for some people, you're thinking of relocating, but based on foreigns and other country, the expenses, how expensive, based on how expensive other countries are, you just want to looking for a country that the cost of living over there is not so expensive. You can still make do with whatever phone you have for yourself. A very beautiful country, a peaceful country. You might want to consider relocating to Estonia. So today I've brought some information that will guide you, that will help you if you want to relocate to Estonia. And I believe that at the end of this video, you'll be able to make a clear decision if you want to go to Estonia or not. After you must have seen the benefits, you must have seen the requirements, you must have seen the opportunities that are in this country. And the amazing thing about Estonia is that there are a lot of opportunities there that people are not really taking note of, and not so many people really know about Estonia. And this is one of the reasons, because it is not overpopulated yet, unlike the UK and other countries. So you might want to consider these country. So let's dive into it. Estonia is a fantastic country in the Europe and in the Schengen countries. So Estonia is one of the Schengen countries, right? And one fun fact about Estonia, not even a fun fact, one amazing fact about Estonia is that Estonia is a hub of technology. What does this mean? Estonia is a place where you find a lot of tech gurus, like tech jobs, going into technology. Technology is like one of their core values in Estonia. Not just that, it's they just like unlike what the little percentage of tech people we have in Nigeria. In Estonia, technology, being tech savvy is like part of their culture, is like part of their way of life. Like almost everybody there are tech gurus, right? So if you're that kind of person that you're looking for a country like this, or you are tech savvy, you are a tech bro or a tech sis, you already have one of these tech skills, Estonia is a country you want to consider, because I can categorically tell you that there are job opportunities for you. So for those that are into tech already, there are a lot of you are into tech already and you now want to relocate, there are a lot of opportunities for you in Estonia, right? And if you are the person that you want to relocate but you don't have a tech skills and you're thinking probably I can go to Estonia, I want to tell you that you can still get, while you are preparing, while you are making your travel plans, you can also start taking up a tech skills. So you can take up a tech skills, you can reach out to Digital Consulting, you can use their website, visit their website. I'll also be showing you their website during the course of this video, right? You will see the different tech skills they offer, and not just they offer tech skills, they are even going to guide you based on your capability. They will guide you on what tech skills you want to go for, right? And you can kickstart your tech career from there, right? So let's go back to Estonia. Estonia is a country with a lot of IT opportunities, right? A job opportunities in the tech industry. You are assured that you will get one, because they are populated with more of a highly technical intellect, like highly technical people. You will see them there, and that is one amazing thing about Estonia for anybody that wants to like relocate, right? And just like I said, if you are a tech enthusiast, Estonia is a country you might want to like consider. Do you understand? Just because of all of the tech opportunities that are there, and aside the tech job opportunities that are there are still some other benefits that you will enjoy if you are to live in Estonia. So another thing about Estonia is that, just like I mentioned earlier, that if you're looking for a country that is quite affordable, not expensive, standard of living there is very affordable. Like you don't have to spend so much before you live your basic life. Do you understand? You can even afford to buy a car when you get to Estonia. The life there is just very easy, because It's a country that is so peaceful, that have the interests of its citizens at heart, and they don't make things so expensive for their citizens. So standard of living in Estonia is very affordable. You can easily afford food, clothes, car, and other basic needs that you just need to go about your day-to-day activities or day-to-day life in Estonia. And another thing is that there are some benefits for you if you're going as a student, and there are also benefits for you if you are to start a family in Estonia. Because one of the benefits I know when it comes to children, okay, when it comes to you having children in Estonia, is that their healthcare system is great. Do you understand? Their education is great. So if you have kids schooling in Estonia, there will even be a time that when your children, they're starting at the kindergarten level, you will even have to go to school with them just to see how they're relating with other children, just to watch them so that they feel comfortable in that environment. Unlike, schools in Nigeria, that when your child is to start begin school, you pack all the packable, your lunch box, your school bag, and all of those things. Your child will even have to cry when you're departing and all of those. So stuff like this does not happen in Estonia. Even you don't even have to worry about packing food or whatever for your kid, because they will provide breakfast, lunch, and whatever till anytime you'll be coming to pick your child. They'll be responsible for your child. And not just that, an amazing thing is also that Estonia will pay your child. You have this child benefit that come every month, and is around $200 to $300. Sorry, 200 to 300 euros. Your child get to enjoy that. So if you're having like 3 or 4 children, expect on each child that you have 300 to 400 euros every month. So that is amazing here. So you might want to consider this country, because even me, I'm considering this country. There are just so much to benefit, so much to enjoy. Yeah, another thing I'd like to state is that Estonia is not an English speaking country, so you have to understand the Estonian language before you can for you to be able to relate. But not to worry, there are some Nigerians there also, but you won't have to work with Nigerians, you have to work with the Estonian, and you need to communicate. So you might want to consider just learning probably the basic of the language before relocating. But it's not a must. It's not a must though. It's not a must. So just like I said, it's not an English speaking country. But as we progress in this video, I'll be giving you much more details about how to go about this whole thing, right? So here I will be talking about the ways you can relocate to Estonia, right? So just like every other country, there are different ways at which you can relocate, right? It depends on you, and it depends on which of these way works for you, and which of these ways is at your own advantage at the point in time. That is, at the point you want to travel. Do you understand? So there are like 3 ways you can relocate to Estonia if you want to relocate. Number one is by dependent visa, and you'll be given the TRP, which is temporary residence permit. Now, what does dependent visa mean? Dependent visa simply means that you are living on off someone. Let's say, for instance, your spouse is in Estonia, then your spouse wants you to come around. You'll be living under your spouse. You're using your spouse visa, like that dependent visa. Oh, my dependent is inviting me to come over. Right, and you'll be given like a temporary visa. So the way it works is that when you get to Estonia, you are first given a 2 years permit, right? And after the 2 years permit, you're given 5 years. Then after the 5 years, then you move to the 10 years. This is how it works in Estonia. Before you can get the permanent residence permit, you must have learned their language, perfect it, and you have like A1 in their language, because they will do that test for you. You get A1 in their language, then you can apply for permanent residence permit. They can give you that one. So the second way in which you can relocate to Estonia is through work. So let's say, for instance, you get a job offer. Like I said earlier, that there are a lot of job opportunities in Estonia, be it you are into tech or you're not into tech. So being into tech is not a restriction. But the thing is that if you have a tech job, you are going to be earning way more than anybody that does have the normal skill, like just a normal person. So let's say, for instance, like their customer service representative, let me just use that, like a minimum wage. The customer care representative is earning, like the customer care representative earns like let's say 1,500 euros monthly. Yeah. So if a customer care representative is earning 15 euro monthly, now imagine how much, and they pay because they value people with tech skills, they value them, or they are so valuable over there. Now, if they're paying a normal customer care representative 15 euros, now imagine how much they'll be paying someone with a tech skills. So you might want to consider getting a tech skills to in addition to whatever you're going there to do. Even if you are going to meet your spouse, you're going by dependent visa, you're going by as a student. So as a student, you might be working, you might be schooling, and at the same time you're working. Do you understand? This will make you more money, and you don't even have to depend on people that are home that have to like probably send you money or all of that. So what am I saying in essence? That you can go by work. Let's say for instance, you see a job, you apply for the job, and once you apply for the job, you are given the job, then you can move, right? Then the third way is by education. You want to go through the um student visa. Do you understand? So for the student visa, you might first be given 6 months on your visa. Then when you get there, when your 6 months is about going, you can now like apply, and you're given more years of staying. Do you understand? But we'll talk about that in details as we proceed. So now you can relocate to Estonia with work visa, just like I mentioned, the students, and you can even move in with your dependent. Your dependent can also work full time, and you can move in with your children. So if you're going, let me explain this moving in by your dependent more. So if you're going in with your dependent, right, you that you're coming over, you can also start working, right? You can get a job as soon as you relocate. You can get a job. You can start working, and if you're moving in with your children, you can as well move in with your children. You don't have an issue. Do you understand? But if you're going as a student, you can't go in with your spouse immediately. You must have stayed maybe for like a year or 2 years before you now invite your spouse over. So I'll shed more light to these as we proceed, right? So I believe we are clear on that, right? So now I'll be talking about how to move in with work visa. That is how to move to Estonia using the work visa. Right. So Estonia is a very welcoming country to foreigners. That's just one amazing thing about Estonia. And you can get a job even before moving in. That's one sweet thing about Estonia. It is what very, very welcoming for people that are coming in. Can you see the beautiful city of Estonia here in my image? Right. It's a very beautiful place to be. And one thing about Estonia, that place is very cold. I won't even lie to you about that. That place is very cold. So while you are going in, you might need to go in with so much that will protect your body from so much cold, right? And I will share with you a website where you can get detailed information on how you can relocate from your home country to Estonia and how you can settle down afterwards in Estonia. So I'll be sharing a website. When you visit this website, you have detailed information on how you can actually get to Estonia. Right, there's detailed information on how you can get to Estonia. They have all of the information, all of the questions you might need that is going on in your head, that you need any areas you need clarity. This website is there to help you. Just take your time, go through it, read through it, and ensure that you have great information. You want to find out about the school, about the cost of living, standard of living, accommodation, and every other information that you will need about you relocating to Estonia. You will find it on this website, right? This website also have jobs in Estonia, and it has all the information around visa and how you can move in, settle, and get a job. So these websites will not only give you detailed information about how you can relocate to Estonia, there are even job opportunities you can start applying for while you are still in your home country before you move to Estonia, right? You can check, apply for jobs, get the job, then relocate, right? So there are a lot of job opportunities. Now, job is not a problem, unlike other countries that you might want to struggle to get a job. Here in Estonia, job is not even a problem. You can easily get any kind of job you want to do. If you're into tech, you can get a job. If you're not into tech, you can get a job. That's one amazing and interesting thing about Estonia. So I will just jump to my browser now, and I will open. So I'll jump to my browser now, and I will type this website. That's workinEstonia.com. estonia.com, workinestonia.com. So I'm going to type these on my browser, then we'll move from here. So this is the website, right? Workinestonia.com. This is what the website looks like, right? You can see job offers, agile coach, product owners, look at different job opportunities, especially if you are into tech. Do you understand? So, work in Estonia, this is the website. You want to go through this website to your own advantage so you can get more information about what it feels like working in Estonia and how to get a job. What is life about in Estonia, right? Everything you need to know about Estonia, you find it here on this website. Now, let me see what they have under their everyday life. So everyday life, they have Estonia in a nutshell. This is just like a summary about Estonia, digital Estonia, local life, expat life, cost of living, housing. So you might want to go through each of all of these. So let's see what Estonia in a nutshell. So official name, Republic of Estonia. Official language is Estonia. Ethnic groups, so the ethnic groups they have here, these are their ethnic groups. They have the Estonians, the Finns, the Russians, Ukrainians, and others, right? Their population is about 1.3 million in 2022. So can you say that they are not really populated like that, and it's not a really populated country? That is why they have all of these benefits of living. Like, it is not populated, so life there is easy. All the resources are going around. Do you understand? So capital city is Tallinn, and this Tallinn is a place you might want to live because we have most of these universities there, companies and all of this things. So it's a bubbling city, right? Government, we have parliamentary democracy, then their president is Alakaris, their prime minister is Kajakalars, currency is euros, right? So these are other information. Their calling code is plus 372, right? Unit of measurement is metric system. Electricity is 230 volts. So right hand traffic. So basically, information you might need to know. You need to know information about where you are going to live. So that's Estonia in a nutshell. Now let me see their cost of living. Let's see their cost of living. So you can see they are happy people. It's a very beautiful place. In fact, it's a very beautiful place. So Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, offers all the opportunity of a large tech hub. Do you understand? So Tallinn, it offers a lot of opportunities. Just like I said, cost of living, whatever job you are, tech job you are doing, we cover whatever expenses, right? Affordability, I told you. Estonia is very affordable. They have clean environment. Short commute times offer a better quality of life. Now, one amazing thing is that your employer is responsible for paying your social taxes, which grants you full healthcare coverage. Which country will give you this? This is amazing benefits, right? Amazing benefit. So you need to read more about these, right? You need to check here, read more to get more information around these. Then we have their housing. Let's check their housing. So whether you choose to rent or buy, this page has it all. Renting is the fastest and easy way to find a home when you first arrive to Estonia. Buying property is a relatively speedy process too. So they're just telling you about how it works, beach or forest, why not both, just different information. So this is Tallinn, like the city. They have Tattoo, right? This is student capital, summer capital, then eastern capital, then the capital of Estonia, right? So if you are renting a house, you want to check out their information, the utilities you'll be paying, right, and all of those about the country. So you might just want to go through these yourself. You might want to go through these yourself, their social life. You want to get all of these information, right? So let's see what their work life is. So you can get jobs. So let's check this job. Let's check jobs. So there are different job opportunities. You can search by categories. So there are different categories depending on what you are looking for. So if you are looking for marketing, yeah, so let me do marketing. Yeah, let me search. So can you see Volkswagen digital marketing specialist? Can you see graduate program market? In fact, you have all of these digital marketing specialists. Can you see, even if you're a digital marketer, you want to relocate, there are jobs for you already. Copywriter, webcon, even if it's you just want to get the minimal skill, the minimal tech skill, you will still get a job. So you just click on see offer to read more about the job opportunity. Right, the network is bad. So you just want to check around to see the job opportunity and see if it's what you want to. I guess your network is down. You want to check, right? So you can also do by location, but I won't advise you do by location. Just leave the location as all location, but you can choose by categories based on what you might be eligible for, right? Based on your own strength, what you know you can do, right? You can search based on that. So you can always visit the website. The website is workinestonia.com. Workinestonia.com. That's a website. You need to check the website. So if you are relocating, if you are relocating as US citizens or for non-US citizens. So let's see. Let's see for non-US citizen. So before you arrive, as a non-US Europe city EU citizen, you will need to obtain a D visa to legally stay in Estonia. If you are a citizen of one of these European countries, you can stay in Estonia without a visa for up to 90 days. Right? For short-term workers, your employer needs to register your short-term employment with Estonia Police and Border Guard. So once your registration has been proceeded, expect to receive your Estonia ID code in up to 15 working days. So now what this is actually saying that if you are working in Estonia, right, if you are going to Estonia with work and your employer will have to go to the police, the Estonia police and the border guard to register you, then you will get a code. So I will say that further while I go back to my slide. This code is what you then use as part of your document that you'll be used for processing your visa, right? Arrival to-do list, a valid travel document, take care to confirm their eligibility beforehand, immunization passports of certificates. So these are the things you will need, right? Purchase travel health insurance, research bank and wire transfer options, research your destination. So like I said earlier, that before you even move in, you want to ensure that you visit this website to check all informations you have here. Do you understand? All informations you have on this website. So take your time to check. Do you understand? Take your time to check. So if you are staying up to, like this one is if you are staying up to 3 months, then this one if you are staying up to 12 months, right? So before you arrive, you need to get the temporary visa. You need to apply for the temporary visa arrival and to do so. Before you arrive, you must find a job. Like I said, you need to get a job. Have a look at the latest offer. Once you have secured a job, contact. You can begin your relocation process. I said that earlier. Employment citizen, a non-EU citizen, you will need to obtain temporary residence permit if you are planning on being in Estonia for more than a year. But if you are in a hurry to get to Estonia, we had recommended applying for a long-term visa first, then applying for a temporary residence permit once you are here. So find a job. In fact, this country is nice. And this website, you will find it very, very helpful. Just take your time, go through the website. So back to my slide. So I've walked us through the website. You can also take your time to visit those websites to get more information about you relocating to Estonia. So just like I said earlier, first thing to do to kick off is to apply for a job. So if you're applying for a job, you need a powerful CV. So please, if you need to apply for a job, ensure that your CV is well curated and you have a great cover letter. You have all the work experience as possible. Put everything that you need in your CV. Apply for jobs that you are eligible for so you don't get too many rejections. And when you are applying, please apply for jobs you can do. Apply for jobs that will serve that your CV aligns with, so you don't have a lot of rejections. So once you get a job, your employer register the job in Estonia and send you a code. With that code, you'll be able to apply for Estonia visa from your home country, which will take about maybe 2 weeks, right? And when you get to Estonia, you can apply for your work permit from there. So all you have to do, get the job first, then your employer will register your job, right? Then send you a code which you will use in applying for your visa and all your for your visa processing and everything. Then once you get to Estonia, you can start applying for a residence um permit, right? A temporary, that's what we call TRP, a temporary residence permit. Then from there you can start a live, right? So Estonia does not have embassy in Nigeria, so the travel process is a bit difficult. This is one disadvantage. So Estonia does not have an embassy here in Nigeria. So if you have to go to Estonia, you might need to travel to maybe Turkey, Russia, Dubai, or Egypt for you to get a your visa ready, right? They don't have an embassy here in Nigeria. So once you get to Estonia using any of these routes, like you can, after you are done with all the processing, you will first be given a 2 years permit. Once you apply for your temporary residence permit, then you will first be given 2 years, and after the 2 years is elapsing, maybe a month before it elapses, then you can apply for 5 years, then you can apply for 10 years, right? And you'll be wondering, don't they give permanent residence? Yes, they give permanent residence permit on one condition: you must have passed their language test, which you have to get like A1, right? So that's where they'll believe that, yeah, you're like one of them. You can easily interact in the country. So their language test is very, very paramount to them. So you want to ensure that you have passed the language test. Then once that is done, you can then apply for your permanent residence stay. Do you understand? So I believe you are getting it and you are following. So all of this is very easy, right? If you really want to. So like they will say that nothing good comes easy. So when you think about the long-term benefits you will get from Estonia, going to any of these countries to apply for a visa won't be an issue, because and going to Estonia from any of these countries is quite easy because they are like close, they are not so far apart. So now the next stage is how to move in with student visa. How do you go to Estonia using a student visa, right? So it usually takes like 10 days for you to get student visa to Estonia, but there are some requirements. There are some documents you must have before you can get to Estonia through schooling. Do you understand? And some of these documents is your international passport that will be valid for at least 15 months. That's like a year and 3 months. You must have your before your passport will expire. You must have that, right? That passport must like a year and 3 months before it's going to expire. Then you must have like proof of funds. You need to have proof of funds. You need to present your proof of fund, and you need to have like maybe yearly. Sorry, in a month you'll be spending like 1-2 euros in a month, right? Monthly in Estonia, that has to do with all of your bills. Like unlike other countries, you are spending more monthly. You know, all these your utility bills, you need to pay them and all of that. but monthly you'll be spending like 1-2 euros, and approximately in a year you are spending like 12,000 euros for a year. So you can just plan that, ensure you have that, because that's we actually tell them that, oh, you're not coming to Estonia to constitute nuisance, right? You have money that you'll be spending that will take care of your living, your upkeep while you are in Estonia. So you also need to present your bank statement, right? You need your account statements, like for the past 6 months. They need to know how much funds have been coming in, how funds have been coming in and have been going out. So there is a culture that when we are trying to build our accounts, we just put in large funds, large funds. So what are we advise is when you are building your account, at least for the next 6 months, you have to ensure that the kind of funds that is coming into it is not the kind of funds that is going into your account is not so ridiculous, right? It's not so ridiculous. You are building it step by step, slowly, 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 and till you reach that amount that can actually give them evidence that yes, you have these funds. So note that if you are moving in with your family as a PhD student, you don't need proof of funds for your child, but you need proof of fund for your wife, and 70% of what you have in your account must be in your wife's account. So what does this mean is that if you are coming into Estonia with your spouse, like he or she must have like up to like 70% of like the 12,000 euros that you have, right? And for your child, there's no need for proof of fund, but for your spouse, there is a need for proof of fund, but maybe like 70%, just to ensure that you guys can make a good living while you are in Estonia, right? The next document is accommodation documents, right? So you need this accommodation document, and how do you get these? You need to reach out to your school. They should help you like book an accommodation, reserve an accommodation, but you have to pay. Then once you make payments, they forward you the necessary documents that you will need to complete your visa processing, right? And also you will need like 2 passport photographs. You need your admission letter, of course, and also you need like insurance, which is like 30,000 euros. So for this insurance, you can as well reach out to your school. They can help you. They can recommend an insurance company that you can use, right? This will cover like the health and every other things. Do you understand? So before you begin your travel processing, visit the school website, right? Any school you have picked in Estonia that you would like to go. So like Estonia, so we have the public and we have the private schools. So just check the list of schools, read about them, understand, get detailed information. You can even reach out to their customer representative to talk to them so that they can guide you properly. And once you have the necessary information, ask necessary questions, their tuition fee, semester fee, what other fee do you need to pay, so you can so the all of this information will help you plan properly, on you relocating as a student, right? Because for some schools they request for, sometimes they even request for transcript, they request for letter of admission, they request for letter of recommendation, they request for letter of purpose, but not all schools. So you want to ensure that you get detailed information from the school website while you are planning to relocate as a student. And as a student going into Estonia with the student visa, you can invite a dependent after 1 year of staying. So if you are going to Estonia as a student, after a year of you staying in Estonia, you can easily invite your partner to come join you. But there is a caveat. If you are a master student, you can invite a dependent. If you are a PhD student, you can invite. But if you are a BSc student, you can't, right? You need to focus on your studies. Do you understand? So their tuition fee depend on what kind of course you are doing, and also the school. Like I said earlier, that we have the public school and we have the private school, just the same way we have here in Nigeria. So the tuition fee varies, right, when it comes to what school and what course you are offering or you want to take. So accommodation, like I said, Tallinn is like the city, the capital of Estonia. So you can live in Tallinn, and accommodation there are very cheap. These people just make life so easy. So you can get a very good apartment for like 500 to 600 euros, and you can get an apartment, maybe like 2 bedroom flat, right, for this price. Do you understand? Accommodation is very easy there. You don't have to worry about accommodation fee. Now, as a student, once you get to Estonia, first you'll be given like 6 months on your visa. So when you now get there as a student, probably you have spent like 5 months. A month before your visa expire, you can now apply again, and you'll be given 2 years. Then also maybe after your 2 years is about to expire, you can now still apply, and you'll be given 5 years and 10 years like that. So you'll be given like after 6 months, you can, once your 6 months elapse, you will be given, you will get the 2 years, the 5 years, then the 10 years visa. So you might want to check that out. Just ensure that you get detailed information on the school website. So after you are done studying in Estonia, right, and you have gotten a job, even while you are working, you can get a job. But once you are done schooling and you have gotten a job, you are now working in Estonia. So you'll be given like 3 months, which is like 270 days or more, to convert your student visa to your work visa. Do you understand? So once you are done schooling, you are given a particular period of time to convert your student visa to your work visa. So if these days or this time frame has changed, you get to know when you get to your school, right? I hope you get detailed information. This video will enlighten you and you can start making plans. Just like I said earlier, I'll be showing you the digital consulting website where you can get different tech skills. So what am I saying in essence is that before you relocate, it's important to get a tech skills, because we saw it together on that website that I showed you earlier, that working in Estonia, and when you have a tech skills, you're working as you have any of these tech skills and you get a job, you will be paid so well. You'll be paid so well. So you want to ensure you still have some months to prepare. This month while you are preparing, you can just pick up any tech skills. This is just an advice from me to you. You can pick up any of these tech skills. Reach out to Digital Consulting. They will give you a proper guide. So it is not about I just want to pick any skills. Tell them the country you are going. They'll give you a proper guide on what tech skills you can do between that time frame, that you will still be paid so well while you get to Estonia, right? So let me show you the digital consulting website. So I'll just wait for this to load up. Yeah. So this is a digital consulting website. So it's still loading, right? It's still loading. Can you see the training institute? You will get trained. You can see that they have people to guide their students. It's not just about they leave you to do your thing. They will guide you properly. And these are some of the companies and all of it that they have worked with, right? And this is the CEO of Digital Consulting, right? And so what you will get now, you will get expert coaching, like that will guide you to in the tech skills. You will get coaching programs, do you understand? And you even get support. So this is very, very important, right? So now let's check the skills, the programs. Let's check their programs. So now these are different skills you can, and if you have any of these skills, okay, at least we saw a digital marketing opportunity, and we saw like back end and all of those things. So if you have any, we set up software testing and all of these. So if you have any of these skills, it will be a great advantage for you to work over there. And you will be, like I said before, you'll be earning so well. You know, I said that the regular customer service is earning like 1,500 euros. Now imagine a city where they value tech gurus, they value people with tech skills. You will be earning so well. You can be earning up to like 7,000, 6,000 euros monthly, or even per job done. So you want to get a taxi before you can reach out to Edital, right? I'll be showing you contacts you can a number you can contact if you have any information, you have any inquiries, you want to get more information. So you can reach out to this number for more information on relocating or even on their tech skills, right? They will guide you properly on that. Reach out to any of these numbers. Reach out to this number on WhatsApp, right? For information or inquiries. They will help you, they will guide you on what tech skills you can pick up and how this excuse, how it will help you, and the time frame, because you don't really, when you want to relocate, you really don't have much time to waste. So they will give you the best excuse that will suit the duration of time you want to that you have to prepare for your relocation. So that will be all for this video. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying, and we see again some all the time. Thank you. Right, have a great time. Peace.